Alright guys, so I started my video and you can see I've already started writing here and it didn't record right. So I'm going to go back and explain what I've done so far. So in my plan I started drawing my strip diagram that goes with it, and I said I knew I was finding the difference, so it had to be subtraction, which means that my two numbers, plant D and plant A, will go on separate lines because that shows subtraction. Now your biggest number, 11, is bigger than 9. 11.75 belongs by itself on the top line. Now I'm going to be subtracting part of that away, which is 9.5, and I'm going to be left with a little amount over here in inches. So I'm going to put an I for inches for my variable. So my number sentence is 11.75 minus 9.5 equals I. Okay, so let's go down here and solve. So again, we're working on subtracting decimals. So I'm going to put my decimal point first and then write my numbers around it. So I have 11 for my whole number, 75 hundredths as my decimal, minus, then I have 9 in my ones place here, and then 5 in my tenths place to subtract. Now I'm going to fill in with those zeros to make it look nicer and easier to add and subtract. Okay, I'm going to start way over here. 5 take away nothing is still 5. 7, if I take 5 away from it, I get left with 2. And if you think about it in terms of money, if you had 75 cents and you spent 50 of it, you'd be left with a quarter. So that makes sense. That's reasonable. All right. I cannot have 1 and take away 9. So I borrow here, bring the whole 11 over here to my ones place. 11 take away a 9. That leaves me with 2. 9, 10, 11. Yep, that leaves me with 2. And then 0 minus 0 is still 0. So 2.25 inches, that solves for my variable of I. And then you will say over here, why did you choose to subtract? So I subtracted because, and this time they gave me a key word. I needed to find the difference. Okay. Make sure you have some good notes so that tomorrow, as you are solving your problem for your quiz, then you can look back